Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shanna Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology, and instructional coach for my district.
And I'm her husband, Fuzz Martin. I'm also the producer, which means I take these episodes, I flip them, and I put them on the web.
Nice. Clever.
Yeah. Okay.
So clever.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's winter. It's freezing, folks.
Yes,
I can't pretend like it's not freezing.
It's
freezing.
Chilling me to my bones. My fingers are cracking from just dry air. Our humidity in our house is at 23%, but we'll get through it. You know why? We're strong.
And half the world, man, you guys are enjoying the warmth.
Yeah.
But we dream about it frequently. Oh, wouldn't it be nice? And we're enjoying the Winter Olympics right now.
We are enjoying the Winter Olympics.
So we watch other people freeze with us. So that's cool.
Exactly.
You know?
They said it was -5 Fahrenheit when they were snowboarding the other day. I was like, you know what? I feel you. Literally.
We'll go step outside and no one's doing any snowboarding. We'll walk back inside the house.
We actually put our TV outside on the deck just so we really feel the Winter Olympics and feel the camaraderie.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Oh my goodness. So we're at episode 112, which is amazing. We are talking about Flipgrid this week.
Yeah, we've done it before.
We have, but Flipgrid is such a great tool, and I know it's used in a lot of classrooms. And it's funny because Flipgrid was around pre-pandemic, and then everyone went virtual. And some schools are still virtual, or the in and out of sometimes virtual and sometimes not, and everyone's kind of everywhere. And Flipgrid has added cool features and kind of moved with the times here with all the different ways that you can use Flipgrid. And so I thought it should have its own kind of little show, since we've been highlighting some of the things that are go-tos for a lot of teachers, along with some new stuff always. But I wanted to come back to Flipgrid just because while it's video based and still awesome, there's also a lot of cool extras that have been added along the way. So yeah,
and also their logo has been updated and looks cool compared to the last time that we talked about it. So because last time we talked about it was on episode 22, and then again on episode 48.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been some time.
So Flipgrid is a fantastic tool. It's been created by Microsoft. We love a free tool, obviously. And if you're looking to, have students participate and share in conversation, Flipgrid, you can set up your videos, and I'll kind of walk you through the process a little bit, but there's just so many ways you can use Flipgrid in your classroom. So you sign up, get your free little account, and you can go through with Flipgrid and decide what kind of group you want to put it in. So do you want it to be staff? Do you want students? Do you want grade levels, like class specific? Set up your groups however you choose to. And then once you pick a group, you just click on topic. And once you're there, you create your topic. So what do you want to talk about with your students? What do you want kids to share with one another? What kind of staff tools do you want to share with? And there's a whole lot of different ways. I've experienced Flipgrid both in my classroom, I've seen in other teachers' classrooms. And before we did this episode, I even asked a few students at different levels why they like Flipgrid or how they use it in their classroom. And then I've used it for professional development that I've been a part of, where teachers have created Flipgrid videos to share what they are going to be speaking about if they want to put an idea out there to share for other teachers. There's just so many different ways that you can use Flipgrid. So you create a topic, you type in your topic, whatever it's going to be. I'm going to talk about bananas today because bananas seem like a good topic.
Shanna's bananas.
Absolutely. And then you have a description. Let's chat about bananas. I don't know if that would always be my first choice, but we're going to talk about it today anyway.
All right. Bananas.
Bananas it is.
Go bananas.
And you only get a record time of 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Do you get to set that?
Yes.
Okay.
You get to control how long they can talk.
Okay.
You can do 15 seconds, 30 seconds, which I like if you're setting kids up for commercial spots.
Yeah.
So in a project, I've had kids script out commercials before, and when they have a Flipgrid that could only be 15 seconds, that's all you get.
Yeah.
So you better plan accordingly, get your message across in 15 seconds. And you can go all the way up to 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes. So you can pick and choose your time. And then there's a lot of options. So if I want to put a fun little GIF with my topic chat, or if I want to add a video giving more directions, I can do that. You can add different like Bitmojis and stickers. You can upload a previously done video. You can add a YouTube video with directions. So all of those, like when you're creating a topic, it's kind of like posing your students for what you want to talk about or use the Flipgrid for. They have so many more options now that you can load in with your directions. It's not just
a video
or directions. There's other things, and you can add attachments. So if you're like, hey, I'm linking in a file or a different like website or something, you can link all that in there, and then you post your topic for your students, and you decide which group is going to go to, which is always nice because if you're creating something like, oh, I meant to send it to this group, not this group of kids. And then what's great about Flipgrid is when you're ready to share your topic, it's all set up for you. So you can share it with a QR code. You can drop it directly in your Google Classroom. You can embed the code into a space that you need to.
Sure.
You can put it on Remind, which I think is great.
Okay.
So I know our daughter's teacher communicates all the time through Remind.
Yep. And our other daughter's coaches do Remind him.
Yeah. So you can drop your Flipgrid topic video right into Remind and use it that way. It connects to Microsoft Teams and directly to Twitter. So you can pick and choose, and it just drops right in there. And it also has the option literally just to copy the link. So you could paste it anywhere that you want to.
That's cool.
And then once it's set up, anybody can go in that's within your group, and they're able to drop in and leave their information about their chat. So if you want to put their video in, they can go ahead and do that, which is kind of cool. Once you have your topic chosen, then you have your students respond. And that's a whole game changer. Also, so distracting. So what's fun is that kids can be super creative. So we talked about like making commercials before or presenting projects. I mean, I have a list of all the things that the kids have talked about that doing in classroom, besides explaining projects and going through step-by-step processes, creating interactive museum exhibits where then they like teach you about like an artifact that they've created, doing biographies and telling the story of somebody's life through like pictures and video and explaining it, practicing reading for the little ones, like what they look like and rehearing themselves as they're reading, explaining math problems, going through peer reflections, book talks. I mean, there's like a giant list that the kids were all talking about, so I was jotting them down. So when they go to respond, though, you get all the magic buttons, and it looks like there's only like 3 or 4 lives. So once you hit effects, then from there, actually, let's start with backdrop. So you pick a backdrop, and again, this is one where it's totally up to you as a teacher. You may want your kids to spend 45 minutes in Flipgrid choosing their background, or you may say, you got a minute and we're moving on. You know, it all depends on what kind of time you have built in your day. Or if kids are doing this outside of school and creating a large project based on it.
Sure.
So I can't even count. There's over 60 backgrounds, I would say.
Wow.
At least. And then once you pick your backdrop, then you can go to your effects. And under your effects, they have a whiteboard. So when we talked before, or even they have more than just a whiteboard. They have like lined paper. They have different pieces. So if you need different things within your background, you can build that in, which is awesome. They have a pen then, so you can put your board in and then explain your math problem if the kids are walking you through like math problems, which is awesome. They have GIFs that you can put in, and you can make a whole scene. Like you can make a whole video scene with just the tools that they have. But then if you don't want GIFs, the biggest thing I had talked about is that a lot of kids don't want their face on video.
Yeah.
Like they don't mind audio. You have that option under options. Literally, it's a different button.
Okay.
If you go, you can do mic only. And once you click on that, it's just going to be your whiteboard. So if you're explaining problems and things like that, or if you don't want your face on there, you don't have to. But you also have the option in the effects that if you put a sticker on your screen, you can have a sticker over where your face is and your body is still there.
I saw one where there's it's a pencil, but it's just the student's eyes and mouth cut out.
Yeah. So, and you can drop photos in. You can add frames over the backdrop, so then you can layer. There's a layer effect that you can put in there. That's under effects. If you click on options, then you can turn the mic off. You can upload previous clips. You can mute yourself. You can record your screen. So there's a screen recorder within there. And then you have your like different device settings. So pick and choose how you want, which camera you want to use, and microphone, all that kind of stuff. You can have it undo everything, and you hit the monstrous clear button, wipe it all clean, and start over again. So over time, since we've talked about Flipgrid several years ago, the amount of tools and backgrounds and funsy fancy things has definitely grown so that students can do a project for basically anything they possibly could think of and do that, which is awesome.
Do you have to use an iOS or Android device, or does it work on Chromebooks? Or
it works on anything.
Really? Okay.
Well, yeah, most anything.
Yeah, anything with
I can't say anything because there's always something it probably won't work on.
Right, but
like in our school, our students all have Chromebooks. They use on Chromebooks. They also have an app that you can use with Flipgrid that puts it directly on your phone.
Sure. A lot of the stuff, the reason I asked is a lot of the stuff on the homepage looked like it was on the phone, and then they mentioned they had the iOS and Android links, so I wasn't sure.
Yes, so it does all of those things. And the kids I've talked to, like the little ones, just love making videos and talking to themselves and seeing themselves on camera. And the big kids I've talked to
love making videos and seeing themselves on camera, but they don't love teachers seeing them on camera.
Yeah, it's kind of true. Like they like the stickers or the fact that they can hide and just be recorded. But it's such a great tool for kids to be able to, with flexibility, share their ideas. They can respond to one another's ideas within, and it's so quick to just drop in Google Classroom or drop, if you've got Microsoft Teams, or if you need to link it someplace.
Yeah.
Another site that I've talked about previously is Wakelet. And within Wakelet, you have access to Flipgrid videos.
Cool.
So you can just, when you're in a Wakelet, click Flipgrid, and it automatically links you to Flipgrid, which is kind of a cool connection that they have. So yeah, Flipgrid.
That is really neat.
There are so many things. I feel like you could start using Flipgrid. You guys could have like little chat things.
The wheels are turning. Well, so they're like,
because you guys could, in work world, you have your quarterly meetings where people like share ideas. You could even have like a sound booth and be like singing videos. You guys could do like fun things. Like it doesn't have to always be work related. You can create one of these for just to have fun.
That would be fun.
Created.
We could, and it would be kind of cool. But my brain was spinning on as I work with the Wisconsin 9/11 Memorial and coming up with activities for students at the memorial to perhaps either show what they've learned to their teachers, or if we created videos for each station and then made it kind of like a virtual tour of the place where that they could like scan the QR code and
then like learn about it and see it and have someone tell them more about it.
Yeah. So
very cool.
The one thing I do see here is that it looks like most need an Outlook.com or Gmail account. Is that right?
It connects to, you can kind of sign up any way you choose to sign up. You can with an email account, but it does connect directly to Outlook or Google. It says you have Microsoft, Google, or sign in with a different email.
Gotcha.
So it's really open. Like I've never had an issue with a kid not being able to get into Flipgrid.
Okay.
Or a teacher having issues getting their class into Flipgrid.
Cool.
Because it connects with a lot of different things. It's very flexible.
It is also owned by Microsoft. So this is like a well-backed Microsoft product. And this is all free.
It's all free.
That's
Every
great.
Single piece of this.
Way to go, Microsoft. That is very cool.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
I can see why you like this so much and talk about it all the time.
Right. Because there's just, the options are endless. And it's a way for kids to share their learning where it's not always on paper.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to use. And yeah, it's kind of fantastic. Not going to lie.
I didn't think you'd have to lie.
Well, on that note, go
check out Flipgrid.
Flip out over Flipgrid.
Yes. Do some backflips. And it's real easy URL. It's flipgrid.com.
Ta-da!
So that's nice.
Oh, goodness. Well,
Goodness.
thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter at SmartInWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, visit smartandwi.com. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/smartandwi or visit smartandwi.com and click on the cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep the show going. New episodes each week. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed in this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we sure hope they do, and we'll talk to you next time on the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast.